Barcelona El Prat Airport, also known as Barcelona Airport, is an international airport located 12 kilometers southwest of the center of Barcelona, Spain, lying in the municipalities of El Prat de Llobregat, Viladecans, and Sant Boi.It. It is the main airport of Catalonia, the second largest in Spain behind Madrid Barajas Airport and one of the busiest in the world. In 2015, Barcelona Airport handled a record 39.7 million passengers, up 5.7% from 2014. It is a main base for the main Spanish airlines like Vueling and a hub for Iberia or Air Europa, as well as the Irish low-cost giant Ryanair and the Scandinavian carrier Norwegian Air Shuttle. The airport mainly serves domestic European destinations, also having flights to North America, South America, Middle East, Asia and Africa. The Barcelona-Madrid Air Shuttle service, known as the Puente Aéreo or Pont Aéreo, literally air bridge, was the world's busiest route until 2008, with the highest number of flight operations in 2007. The schedule has been reduced since February 2008, when a Madrid-Barcelona high-speed rail line was opened, covering the distance in 2 hours 30 minutes and quickly became popular. History: Barcelona's first airfield, located at Air Europa, began operations in 1916. However, it did not have good expansion prospects, so a new airport at El Prat opened in 1918. The first plane was a Lateca Air Samson 300 which arrived from Toulouse with final destination, Casablanca. The airport was used as headquarters of the Aero Club of Catalonia and the base for the Spanish Navy's Zeppelin fleet. Scheduled commercial service began in 1927 with an Iberia service to Madrid Cuatro Vientos Airport. This was Iberia's first route. During the time of the Second Spanish Republic, El Prat was one of the bases of LAPE. In 1948, a runway was built. In the same year, the first overseas service was operated by Pan American World Airways to New York City, using a Lockheed Constellation. Between 1948 and 1952, a second runway was constructed, perpendicular to the previous. Also, taxiways were constructed and a terminal to accommodate passengers. In 1963, the airport reached 1 million passengers a year. A new control tower was built in 1965. In 1968, a new terminal was opened, which still exists and is in use as what is now Terminal 2B. On 3 August 1970, Pan American World Airways inaugurated regular service between Barcelona, Lisbon and New York, operated by a Boeing 747. On 4 November of the same year, Iberia began the air shuttle service between Barcelona and Madrid Barajas. A few years later, in 1976, a terminal was built specifically for Iberia's air shuttle service and a terminal exclusively for cargo, an annexed mail service and an aircraft ramp for air cargo. In 1977, the airport handled over 5 million passengers annually. For the late 70s to the early 90s, the airport was stalled in traffic and investments until the 1992 Summer Olympics held in Barcelona. El Prat underwent a major development consisting of the modernization and expansion of the existing terminal, which became known as Terminal B, and the construction of 2 further terminals flanking that, known as Terminals A and C respectively. The development included jetways for direct access to the aircraft. This reform was designed by architect Ricardo Bofill Levi. In 1992, a new control tower was inaugurated, also designed by Ricardo Bofill Levi, but this was replaced by another much-needed control tower in 2006. The new Terminal 1 was inaugurated on the 16th of June 2009, covering 545,000 square meters. 70% of today's flights operate from Terminal 1. The old Terminals A, B and C are now known as Terminals 2A, 2B and 2C. Due to the strong drop in air traffic after 1999 and the crisis in the aviation sector in 2001, many charter operations from Girona and Reus were diverted to El Prat, which helped the airport to survive the crisis. On the 1st of February 2014, Barcelona El Prat was the first Spanish airport to receive a daily flight with the Airbus A380-800 on the Emirates route to Dubai International Airport. Emirates also offers a second daily flight, but with Boeing 777 aircraft. Since June 2016, the second daily flight to Dubai is flown with another A380. In September 2016, Norwegian Air Shuttle announced flights from Barcelona to Los Angeles, Oakland and Newark in June 2017, and Fort Lauderdale in August 2017. Operations. Most of the traffic at Barcelona Airport is domestic and European, in which Vueling has an operational base. Intercontinental connections have not generated a significant amount of passenger traffic during the last years. In the early 21st century, the airport passenger carried numbers and the number of operations increased significantly. Low-cost airline traffic grew significantly, especially after the creation of operating bases by Vueling and Click Air at the airport. Vueling and Click Air merged in July 2009, operating under the Vueling name. Other low-cost airlines operate from the airport, including Ryanair, EasyJet, Norwegian Air Shuttle, EasyJet Switzerland, Wizz Air and Transavia. A new base was established at the airport in September 2010. The airport has 3 runways, 2 parallel, nominated 07L, 25R and 07R, 25L, and a cross-runway 0220. There are 2 terminals, T2, which is the sum of the previous terminals A, B and C, located on the north side of the airport, and T1, on the west side, which opened on the 16th of June 2009. As of 2014, the 2 terminals had a combined total of 268 check-in counters and 64 boarding gates. Operations at the airport are restricted exclusively to instrument flight rules flights, except for sanitary, emergency and government VFR flights. A plan for expansion was completed in 2009, adding a 3rd terminal building and control tower. An additional runway was also built. The airport became capable of handling 55 million passengers annually. The airport expanded in area from 8.45 to 15.33 square kilometers. Further expansion was planned to be finished by 2012, with a new satellite terminal to raise capacity to 70 million passengers annually. This is better explained in Terminal T1 section. The airport is the subject of a political discussion over management and control between the Generalitat of Catalonia and the Spanish government, which has involved ANA and various airlines, Iberia and Spanair mainly. Part of the controversy is about the benefits that the airport generates, which are used in maintenance and investments in other airports in the network of ANA and government investments in other economic areas. Terminals. Terminal 1. A new Terminal 1 designed by Ricardo Bofill was inaugurated on the 16th of June 2009. It is the 5th largest in the world, and has an area of 548,000 square meters, an aircraft ramp of 600,000 square meters, 13,000 new parking lots and 45 new fingers expandable to 60. This terminal is also capable to embrace large aircraft like the Airbus A380-800 or Boeing 747-8i. The terminal handles both Schengen and non-Schengen flights. It is split into 5 modules, with Module A handling flights to Madrid, Module B handling Schengen flights, Module C handling Air Nostrum flights, Module D handling non-Schengen European flights, and Module E handling non-Schengen non-European flights. Its facilities include 258 check-in counters, 60 jetways, 15 baggage carousels, and 24,000 parking spaces, in addition to the 12,000 already in the Terminal 2. The forecast is that the airport will be able to handle 55 million passengers annually, as opposed to the 30 million people before its construction, and will reach 90 operations an hour. The extension of the airport, with a total investment of €5.1 billion in the future, will include a new satellite terminal and refurbishment of existing terminals. The civil engineering phase of the South Terminal has been made possible by a budget of €1 billion. It is also planned the construction of a satellite terminal, T1S, a Terminal 1 satellite, in Catalan, considering that the airport is on the verge of collapse because terminals cannot handle all passengers because of space shortage. This terminal will be at 1.5 kilometers from the current T1 terminal, behind the O220 transversal runway. With this action, the airport will be able to increase its passenger capacity to 70 million people annually. Terminal 2 is divided into 3 linked sections, known as Terminal 2A, 2B and 2C. Terminal 2B is the oldest part of the complex still in use, dating back to 1968. Terminals 2A and 2C were added in order to expand the airport capacity before the arrival of the 1992 Summer Olympics held in city. This expansion was also designed by Ricardo Bofill Levi. This terminal is most occupied by low-cost airlines, although there are some airlines which are not low-cost in this terminal. Following the opening of Terminal 1 in 2009, Terminal 2 became almost empty until the airport authorities lowered landing fees to attract low-cost and regional carriers to fill the terminal. Whilst this has helped, the complex is nowhere near full capacity and Terminal 2A is currently unused. Terminal 2C is used only by EasyJet and EasyJet Switzerland flights, with flights to the UK using Module MO, whilst flights to the rest of Europe use Module M1. Terminal 2B is mostly used by Ryanair and others, like Transavia, and T2A is adapted for large airplanes, such as B777. The terminal is also split into modules, where flights to Schengen destinations use Module U and flights to non-Schengen destinations use Modules W and Y. Airlines and destinations, passenger cargo statistics, ground transportation, rail, train. Terminal 2 has its own Rodalies Barcelona commuter train station on the line R2, which runs from the Maçanet-Maçanes station every 30 minutes, with major stops at Barcelona Sants railway station and the fairly central Passeig de Gràcia railway station to provide transfer to the Barcelona metro system. Also in Clot station, passengers for T1 must take a connecting bus from Terminal 2B to Terminal 1. As part of the major expansion above, a new shuttle train is going to be built from Terminal 1 to Barcelona Sants and Passeig de Gràcia stations is expected by April 2018. Metro. Also, this airport is linked to Barcelona by underground since February 12, 2016 by Line 9 of the Barcelona Metro, with the station in each terminal. The Airport T1 station situated directly underneath the airport terminal T1 and the Airport T2 station close to the Airport rail station at the Terminal T2. The line connects with several Barcelona Metro lines to the city centre. road. The C32B highway connects the airport to a main traffic interchange between Barcelona's Ronda de Llobregat Beltway and major motorways. There is provision for parking cars at the airport, with about 24,000 parking spaces. The transports metropolitans to Barcelona. Public bus line 46 runs from Placa España. The Air Europa offers direct transfers from T1 and T2 to the city centre at Placa Catalonia. Another company offers transfers from Barcelona Airport to nearest airports like Roissy Airport, Girona, Costa Brava, provincial and national capitals, and links with France or Andorra. Taxi ranks exist outside any of the main terminal exits: Terminal 1 or Terminal 2. Incidents and accidents. On the 21st of October 1994, a Falcon 20 cargo aircraft made an emergency landing at the airport after suffering a malfunction in its landing gear. None of the 3 crew members were injured. On the 19th of February 1998, 2 people, the commander and a pilot, died in a Viladecans general aviation plane crash in the borough of Garva shortly after taking off from El Prat. On the 28th of July 1998, a general aviation cargo plane carrying press from Mallorca crashed next to one of the fences surrounding the airport, killing 2 crew members and co-pilot. On the 3rd of December 2010, during the Spanish air traffic controllers' strike, Barcelona Airport remained inoperative when all Spanish air traffic controllers walked out in a coordinated wildcat strike. Following the walkout, the Spanish government authorized the Spanish military to take over air traffic control operations. On the morning of the 4th of December, the government declared a state of alert, ordering the controllers back to work. Shortly after the measure was implemented, controllers started returning to work and the strike was called off.